Welcome back to Let's Play Knights of the Old Republic. I'm Hunter Black Luna. We've got Bastila and Canderous in tow, and we're gonna head out after a quick note. You get a Jedi robe when you officially become a Padawan. It gives you a defense bonus of 1. It is basically cloth. Something else we picked up along the way though is the Ariadu Strength Amplifier. That's a +2 to strength. And it makes us kind of beast mode. I gave Bastila Brejik's gloves, but I can't give her the implant, so she still has an uneven amount of dexterity, which 19 is still pretty damn impressive. And we have 18. We are approaching a Wookiee strength. We are measurably stronger than Canderous. That's pretty nice. And Juhani's over here, so maybe we should talk to her, I suppose.
I must give you my thanks. Because of you, I am once again welcome within the Jedi Order. Quatra's injuries were not so severe as I first believed. I was foolish to believe I could harm a master such as she with my clumsy efforts. The fierce confrontation between us was nothing more than part of my training. Quatra wanted me to understand the threat of the dark side, to see how easy it was to fall from the path of light.
It's pretty harsh and pretty dumb.
Quatra's methods may seem strange, but I trust her wisdom. This lesson has been difficult, but I am better because of it. Humility is never easy to teach, but now I truly understand my own limitations.
You can't expect to get everything handed to you on a silver platter.
After our last battle, Quatra had nothing left to teach me. I needed time alone to explore the turmoil of my own spirit. Only then was I ready to follow a guide. You. Back to the light. When I left, Quatra knew her work with me was done. There are other disciples who need training throughout the galaxy, and she could not stay to see if I passed this most difficult trial. With your help, I have passed this difficult trial. The Council now feels I am ready to continue with my training, though they have asked me to wait here for the time being.
Giving you a second chance like this is a clear sign of weakness. Sometimes I find it hard to believe the Jedi could defeat my people in battle.
This has been a painful lesson, Juhani, but it seems you have learned it well. I am certain you will be a credit to the Order.
I do not know what the Council has in store
guys.
for me, but I will trust in the Force and the way of the Jedi to help me through whatever is to come.
Well, good luck, I suppose, now that you've stopped trying to kill Jedi. And we're away. Let's blast off with rocket speed. If I can find the friggin' exit. There we go. We can tell the lady about her missing companion. I'm thinking. Nemo's gone. It's interesting. We haven't quite resolved the Mandalorian problems either.
How can I help?
Hey Bastila, you wanna talk?
It was less of a dream and more of a vision the two of us shared. But I am certainly willing to answer any questions the Jedi Council did not. Perhaps because we desired to. Perhaps because they came to this planet and were strong enough in the Force to leave a trace.
Huh.
They did something important here. Of that, I am certain. It may be simply that we are sensitive to that event, or it may not. We dreamed about Revan and Malak either because we were meant to, or because we needed to. There is no other way to look at it.
I guess. Well, if we're gonna go this far and we're actually Jedi, yeah, I guess we can accept that idea.
With luck, we will. I would rather not rely on such visions to guide us, but when we have so little else to go on, and the galaxy hangs in the balance...
That kind of makes me more nervous in some ways.
Are you wondering why we shared the vision, or why we even received it in the first place?
Kinda both.
To the first, I can only repeat the answer that the Council gave us. Our fates are linked, and for two as strong as we are in the Force, that amounts to a near-physical bond. As to the second, I truly don't have an answer for you. The Force works as it will, and perhaps we should be grateful for what we've been given.
This is a good question.
I don't know. Believe me, I certainly don't find the prospect of being joined to you enjoyable in any fashion.
I'm sure.
Please, forgive me. I did not mean to imply that you were repulsive in any sense of the word. That we shared something so personal is just not something I'm used to.
Well, I think you're still a little bit better than Karth, because you're not actively expecting the shot in the back.
What would you like to know?
Actually... yeah, I think that's about it. Force speed. Hey guys, we'll be back when we've killed them all. That does bug me a little bit about Jean. He's like, kill them, eradicate them, and we're clearly meant to see this as dangerous signs, but that's what we're gonna do. Is saying we're gonna wipe them out so much worse than doing it?
My droid is still missing. I can feel him like a hole in my aching heart.
Alright, enough with the romantic metaphors, lady. I could lie and be evil. Nah, I better tell him the truth.
My droid? Destroyed? No. No, this cannot be happening. I can't bear to live without him.
That's what robosexuality ends with in the end. Tragedy. The quest isn't over yet. We'll go see her later in the Enclave, and hopefully she'll start the coping process. In any case, the ruins are actually like right here, so we could investigate them right away. But we're not going to do that. We've got some additional things to do after all, don't you know? Including fearing that the game has crashed every 2.5 seconds. That's fun. Alright, let me think. There's the Metali estate. He's the one who was filing the complaint. He wasn't the one who's suspected of kidnapping. And we can't actually get in there, I don't think. So let's just continue south to the Grove area. I'm pretty sure that's where the final group of Mandalorians is. Just about there. Well. Night speed. Let's go check it out. Also notice there are a bit less Cathans around. And that's both because we've been brutally slaughtering them and they've calmed down a little. Now there still are a few. There's the Mandalorians right over there. Alright. I guess we're not doing a force jump. Even without flurry, I get 3 attacks, and each of them has the potential to do about 20 damage. That's just mathematics that works for me. Tell you what. Before we head in to do this dangerous fight, I'm gonna actually save the game. And let's see if there's anything else. Looks like we both need to reapply speed.
Yes?
Force power! Burst of speed. Now she's got a bit more force points, a bit more lungs on her. I'll reapply my night speed.
Yes?
Did you apply Force Aura? There we go. Alright, that should be enough. If we fail this fight, I'll come back and steroid up later.
Ah, so this is the meddler. You have caused us far too much trouble for a mere Jedi. I will add your head to those of the other Jedi I have killed, and take yet another lightsaber for my own. Now you will know why the Mandalorians are feared.
I'm sure we will, Jackwagon. Alright, do we go after the head honcho, or do we go after his friends? That's the question. Man, if my speed ran off already, I'll be pissed. First of all, plasma grenade in there. There we go. Sharuk's pretty tough. Let's go ahead and engage the jackass with melee combat. With the double blade, we ought to do a little bit better. Just gotta watch that health. I have a feeling he could do a lot of damage to us. We are gonna med pack. Adhere to the way of the med pack. Everyone else is doing okay. Hey Bastila, how about a stasis? Shit, then try a stasis on this guy, why don't you? Would be nice. The best situation to go into is one where the enemy doesn't have force powers, but you do. And the worst situation was like on Terrace, where we had to fight the Sea Governor, where most of us really didn't have force powers. Come on back. There we go. Well, used all our force powers, unfortunately. This should be the end of the Mandalorian problem. So this was kind of the, you know, the solution to the problem. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my. Extra lightsabers. Hell to the yeah. This was kind of just what we needed. And not only because I can now give Bastila another lightsaber so she can get the dual wielding on. There we go. That feels a bit better. We'll swap crystals at some point. She can take her yellow crystal back. It should be fine. There's a mod you can get to make Sharuk much tougher, and he will actually wield lightsabers, but in return, he'll drop like another double blade and all sorts of better loot. I had the mod installed, and it was probably one of the tougher fights I've ever had. Strength gauntlets is only one. Yeah, there's nothing really else. That fight actually went pretty well, wow. I'm certainly happy with the results. Okay, so we've cleared up the raiders, and let's just proceed south. All the rest of our business is at the Sandril estate. Yep, the Sandril grounds. And we can pretty much clear up Dantooine and go to the mysterious ruins. Oh, and we emerged right next to the force-sensitive cave. That is nice. Let's go force speed. And then we'll force jump into action. And using flurry, I get 4 attacks around. Like I mentioned before.
This is gonna be
Let's see, at least one or two of those has to connect, according to the law of averages. And if all 4 connect, well then, my enemy is especially screwed.
Yes? What?
Now let's go ahead and head into the cave. There's some bad guys here, but they're not really anything to write home about. One thing to note though is that force jumping is more difficult in the cave because of the low ceiling. Sometimes the game won't go for it. I think the camera can void
Poison.
Force heal cures that. Yeah, heal cures it, but cure does not. So you will need to pop an antidote package. Thankfully we have about 4 billion of those. Here, Bastila, keep casting all these lovely things. I actually love the battle music for this place. It's very nice business. I could try to force jump, but nah. Let's just rock and roll.
This is what I live for.
Canvas is providing some pretty decent fire support.
You're dead.
Glad the cave isn't as dark as I thought it would be. It's actually pretty easy to see by all the gunshots.
This is what I live for.
Here's all the fancy crystals. We'll get to harvesting that stuff after we've dealt with things. I mean, after we've acted in self-defense. It feels good to be doing some real damage. Alright, everybody. Alright, everybody, we're cool. Alright. Now you can smash the Kinrath eggs for red lightsaber crystals, but no dark side points, interestingly enough. Or, well, actually, you could do either or both. I recommend both. And you can harvest the crystal formations for effect crystals. Man, the effect crystals start to... Like, lightsabers are already beast mode, but with a good old workbench... Sheesh. Oh yeah. Come on, if they're as vicious as these Kinrath, I don't know, it's not quite as clear-cut as you're killing babies anymore. I did what I had to do for the safety of the Republic, okay? Like I said, no dark side points, which is of course what should determine your actions in these circumstances. Having a bunch of red lightsaber crystals is convenient in its own way, even if you don't plan to use them. I'm not a real fan of red as a lightsaber color, or in general. I've always been much more of a fan of blue. And yes, in red versus blue, I always rooted for the blue team. Snuffing out the innocent life within, yep. You betcha. Sorry, not gonna feel bad for essentially hunting. I'm not using it for food, but I am using it. It's interesting to me that these things, like, sleep with red lightsaber crystals. Could that indicate that maybe the dark side is working through them or corrupting the babies or something? Or am I just thinking way too much about this? You can hit the E key to cycle through everything that's selectable, just to make sure you clear everything out. There we go. Everything has now been cleared out. Good job, team. Let's have a look at what we got. Another blue crystal. Green crystal. 10 red crystals. A yellow. That's good. Since we have 2 yellows, Bastila can have both her dual sabers be yellow. Rubat crystals. I guess we'll need to get to a workbench to see their effect. Oh, and also, the mod I installed that makes Bastila not advance in her dialogue. Well, it doesn't, that's an unintended side effect, but it changes a lot of her dialogue, and I believe it'll stop most of the random conversations from popping up on you, the way, say, Karth will. And I don't think Bastila or Canderous will banter forth, and as you can imagine, these two have some great banter in me. And it's fun times. Wait. Let's do it right. Let's go for night speed, and then a force jump into action! Oh god. This feels so much better than getting my ass handed to me. Frickin' cat hounds. Also, there's not a billion of them, so hey.
So,
guess I was wrong.
I heard a rumor that the Vulkars captured you without much of a struggle. It must be embarrassing to be bested by a handful of street thugs.
There were extenuating circumstances, and I can assure you, it took far more than a handful of Vulkars to subdue me.
It's not very nice.
Whatever you say. All I know is that if we had more Jedi like Bastila fighting against us in the Mandalorian Wars, my side might not have lost.
Bold talk from a broken-down mercenary who is serving at Davik's heel. I'd call you his pet cat-hound, but they have enough loyalty not to turn on their masters.
Insults? Maybe if your master had trained your lightsaber to be as quick as your tongue, you could have escaped those Vulkars, you spoiled little Jedi princess.
I was not spoiled. I was given the
Oh,
same training as everyone else in the Order. You are nothing but... No, I must not do this. There is no emotion. There is peace.
That's the problem with you Jedi. Always chanting about peace and control. Never up for a good fight. Well, except for Revan, I guess.
Enough, Mandalorian. I won't rise to your bait anymore. The game is over. Let us continue on with what we were doing.
No, you guys were doing pretty good, you know. Each person was dishing it out. But I guess you're not supposed to get angry under any circumstances, which... I don't know. Doesn't seem like a wise philosophy. Then again, I just tend to have a problem with any of those kind of religious things where there's something wrong with being human, and you need to be cleansed by experts for a price. Maybe that's just me, though. Alright, the Sandral Estate is the last quest we need to go to. I'd love to go and work on my lightsabers and stuff. Go to the garage and work on my bike. But we won't actually need boosted combat power for this quest, really. It is one of my favorite little side quests, especially here on Dantooine. No force jumps? Okay. And we'll see why. The whole feuding estates... to the kidnapped son. Interpersonal drama, everybody. And who better to take along to resolve someone's drama than Canderous and friggin' Bastila? Huh? I don't even know why that happens. Okay, that's getting annoying. Anyway... This is kind of a cool looking house, I'll have to admit.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate?
I'm on behalf of the Jedi Council, bitch.
The Council? If you are here because of Shen Matale's disappearance, you are wasting your time. The Sandrals are not involved. This is nothing but a Matale witch hunt. Nurek left orders he was not to be disturbed, but given the circumstances, I will make an exception. Go into the main hall. Nurek will meet with you there.
Well, at least he's willing to talk. Sort of.
I have been informed by my protocol droid that you wish to speak to me.
Should we mention that we're here on behalf of the Jedi Council? Nah.
I feel great sorrow at the young Matale heir's disappearance, but they are not the only family to suffer such a tragedy. Dantooine is a dangerous place. My own son, Cassius, has been missing for some time now, but I know nothing about the disappearance of Shen. Perhaps he and Cassius now share a similar fate.
That is very ominous. Yeah, I think I'd like to take a look inside, if that's okay with you.
I brought my family here to find peace and safety, not to be harassed and treated like common criminals. Your council has no authority here, and I respectfully ask you to leave this property at once.
This guy isn't telling us something. He might even be lying. I don't trust him.
I agree.
I trust you will show yourself out. If not, my security droids will be sure to deal with you.
Because if you have a problem with Jedi, you should immediately leap to violence. That's smart.
You are here from the Council, are you not? Looking for Shen Matale?
Yeah.
My name is Rahasia. Nurek is my father. He has not been himself since Cassius disappeared. He is mad with grief, and he is convinced the Matales are responsible. He's not thinking rationally. My father is a good man. When my mother died, he raised me and my brother by himself. He loves his children, and we love him. I just don't want you to judge him too harshly.
What happened?
You must understand that Father has been under a terrible strain. I have no wish to disobey him, but there are matters where even my father's authority is not absolute.
I agree.
My father has kidnapped Shen Matale. He is holding him prisoner here in the compound. He feels this is a way to get back at the Matales, a way to get even for the disappearance of my brother Cassius.
I see. Well, there is the answer we seek. The Jedi Council should be informed of this at once.
No. Since Cassius went missing, my father has become unstable. He might hurt him if you do that. He no longer even cares if the Matales are responsible for what happened to Cassius. I am afraid my father will simply kill Shen out of a mad, misguided lust for vengeance.
Why are you telling me this?
Shen is an innocent victim in all this. My father is not a bad man, but his grief has driven him to madness. He must be stopped. Please, find Shen and rescue him before my father does something he will regret forever. I would take you to the prison, but I cannot let my father see me with you. Take this key. It will open an unguarded door at the rear of the estate. You and Shen can make your escape through there. There are many security droids guarding the halls. Please hurry. You are Shen's only hope.
This is a good question.
Alan Matale and my father have had problems ever since they settled on this world. To hear my father tell it, Alan is a brute and a bully, but a rich one. He feels his credits give him the right to step all over normal people. My father stands up to Alan because no one else will. But now he thinks Alan has taken my brother Cassius and has imprisoned Shen as revenge. Please find Shen and free him. You are my only hope.
I really appreciate your help. And now we can slip in the back door. Because, once again, this is a party that's perfectly suited for a stealthy rescue. But we'll do what we can, of course. I would use force speed, but it's right here, so I really don't care. Alright, a mine. It's only a flash mine, though, which means if we can clear this thing out, it shouldn't be a problem. I don't remember these being especially hard, either. So let's get to it. Nope. Oh yeah, terminal. I bet I could blow up all sorts of stuff from that $350. That was kind of easy for 350. I am no longer able to move. Now I am. That's weird. We've got plenty of computer spikes. Let's give it a go. The north hallway. Oh. The estate has windows and stuff to the roof. That's pretty cool. That's a lot of spikes. I really don't need to get these droids out of my way that desperately. Alright, we're not gonna overload that computer. Central security. See, now that's good stuff. Man, I'm glad these aren't paid servants, they're just droids. Otherwise, you know, this might be not such a good thing to do. That too. I'll learn ya. Storage area. Ah, sure, why not? Get the bonus EXPs. Alright, we don't really need a room schematic. Ah, all those purple numbers. Let's rip it apart. Droid medium plating. I'm sure some droid will be very happy. Or whatever droids are.
Huh?
Chris, do you happen to have a point in security? No, you don't. Man, I'd love to see you bash open up.
Die!
Somehow I kind of imagine this is how Canderous tries to open locks. Alright, big guy, step aside. In KOTOR 2, you smash some of the contents if you open a lock like that, which makes security a higher priority of a skill. But in this one you don't, so there's no reason not to get bashing. And as per usual protocols, at least for my team, we are going to loot the hell out of this place. You know, just as compensation for our services in this rescue, you know. Nothing personal. Now you might be wondering if it's really possible for a computer system to play this kind of havoc all the time. And it's probably not. I don't think we should go through here. That's like right to the front entrance.
What?
Screw it. Candace, you're a man. Look, that barely hurt you.
I'm here. What?
Locked tight. Could be any of these rooms. Flash mine. Look, it didn't even affect me. Wonder what the feedback on that was. Huh. Wasn't even close. Let's see. Yeah, we pretty much cleared everything out. Alright. I wonder what all these rooms are for, if there's only droids here. That's odd. Maybe there's more staff, but they're elsewhere. Yeah, this is where we started out. Nothing here. I think we're about done. Ooh, prison key. Something tells me that'll be useful. It'll also tell us when we've come across the prison. Or I guess we could just find...
Please, find Shen and rescue him before my father does something he will regret forever. There are many security droids guarding the halls.
Don't worry about that.
Please.
I'm just here to steal your stuff. With no repercussions. That's my favorite kind of thievery. Don't you know? No, we already looted this. Alright, so we pretty much made the rounds. Good job, everybody. Probably isn't Shin because, well... Huh? Then what the hell was the prison key for? Whatever.
Who are you? What do you want with me? Are you working for my father?
My name's Hunter Black Luna. I'm here to rescue you.
Rescue me? No. I won't leave. It's too dangerous.
Come on.
It's not my own safety I'm concerned about. I'm worried about the fate of Nurik's daughter, Rahasia. She's been trying to convince her father to release me ever since I was captured. If I escape, Nurik will think Rahasia is to blame. Nurik is insane with grief over the loss of his son, Cassus. If I leave with you, it is Rahasia who will suffer. I cannot allow that.
Man, is there any way I can, like, get your personality and copy that to some of my party members? Not saying nothing about nothing.
If you can convince Rahasia to escape with us, I will accompany you. Though I do not know if she'd be willing to turn her back on her home and family. Who could imagine a Sandral doing such a thing for the sake of a Matali? But if she will not go, then I too shall stay. I would rather face my own death than have her face her father's wrath because I escaped.
You might think, oh, he's just gonna get mad. Well, you know, that's a little extreme, but this is the guy who kidnaps people and has war droids patrolling the hall. So I guess if he gets angry, it's the killing people kind of angry.
I was taught to hate the Sandrals, to think of them as evil and subhuman. But from the moment I saw Rahasia one day in the city, I knew that my father was wrong. She was like an angel, all white silks and perfume, seeming to float above the crowds. I don't know what else I could have done but fall in love with her. For months I wooed her and tried to win her heart. I believe I have succeeded, but now this has happened. Our families are always coming between us one way or another. Please find her and convince her to run away with me.
Yeah, the star-crossed lovers. We'll get it all cleared up. There are a lot of ways to end this quest. And at least one of the way involves everybody dying. I like to call it the Romeo and Juliet ending, if you will. Where's Rahasia's room? That's the holding cell. I really wish it was marked on the map. Let's make the rounds. 9 speed. I can't believe the dude wouldn't notice if we cleared out his entire house completely.
What are you doing here? Have you found Shen
He's
yet?
not gonna leave without you.
Shen can be so stubborn sometimes. If one of the security droids sees me wandering the halls, Father will get suspicious. I can't risk it. But I know Shen would rather die than leave me here alone to face the wrath of my father. Tell Shen I will meet you outside the gates. I will wait as long as I can, but you must hurry.
Alright. No problem. Oh, level up. Very nice. Every level up we can get as a Jedi is very precious to me. Gotta go with... we're going to be needing a certain volume of Persuade skill in the foreseeable future. What else to get? What to get? I could just balance out my low defense by having high hit points. So for -1 to defense, -1 penalty for all attacks. So basically, Master Flurry and Master 2 have been fighting mean that I'm using a double blade, but I pay no practical penalties for doing that, and that's cool. It's tough because there's a bunch of cool powers I like, such as Stun Droid. I just don't know, guys. I think I'm probably just gonna get Affect Mind. Then I can get Dominate Mind sometime. Yes. Yeesh. Alright. More force points too. Always a welcome thing. Alright, we just loop around to the holding cell one more time and we should be good. Affect Mind is weird. I haven't actually seen it used in a lot of situations.
You're back. Have you
At least
spoken to
compared to
Rahasia?
Dominate Mind. Maybe it just helps out with your Persuade rolls.
I pray she is not just telling me what I want to hear, but I will have to take that chance. Hurry then, we must not keep Rahasia waiting.
Shen,
I should
you're
have
safe.
saved.
Rahasia! Well, thank goodness you managed to escape.
It was all thanks to this kind Jedi that we managed to get this far at all. I thank you, Jedi, for all that you have done for us.
No problem.
No, we know that you must have gone to great personal risk to get us out of the Sandral estate undetected.
Missing sound file. These are the options if you're a little more unctuous. No, I don't need a reward.
But surely we can...
Uh-oh.
There you are, Shen.
Father!
Mr. Matale.
Rahasia!
Father.
Mr. Sandral!
Nurik.
Alan!
I knew this was all your doing. I knew you had captured my son.
You had taken my Cassus from me long before that. You started it.
I don't want to hear any of your excuses. Now I will get revenge for your transgressions.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. And if you say this, it does happen. So watch your words here if you don't want this to end in a bloodbath.
Please listen to her, Father.
Why should I listen to the Jedi? All you want is to remain with that Sandral harlot.
My daughter is not a harlot, Matale dog!
Both of you calm down.
We are trying to be reasonable here, of course. We are sensible people, after all. But our children are being so stubborn.
If Shen would just understand that he has to do what I want, this would all be solved easily. But he is my son. I don't want to lose him.
And I won't let my daughter go with him.
Man.
My little Rahasia.
Father!
I don't know why we fight like this. We got along in the beginning, didn't we, Alan?
I don't know how you can think of that when we have our children trying to go away together.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad, would it? Shen seems to genuinely care for my Rahasia. He might be a good husband for her someday.
As much as I may dislike it, I think I see it too.
Ho-ho.
I suppose I might be convinced to see that Sandral girl with my son, if she is loyal to him. But I don't trust you a centimeter farther, old man. Your daughter may treat Shen well, but you will never see them. They will live with me.
Of course not, you pompous old windbag. They'll be living with me.
Compromise?
I will not have them set foot in a Sandral household.
They shall not live with the Matales.
Then you propose to buy us a new house, do you?
Oh, well, yes, actually. That sounds like a good idea.
I'm surprised. That does sound like a good idea.
We should discuss this more.
Thank you, Master Jedi, for bringing us together and getting our parents to accept us.
We will praise you to the council for what you have done and name our children after you.
Thank you again. We will remember you
All right.
always.
Everybody, good deeds were done here today. And Candaris may not give a fuck, but we certainly do. Good job. What's left on things to do? We got the Mandalorian Raiders. Got the missing companion. You know, actually we're just about done with things. Let's go ahead and return to the Ebon Hawk, shall we? It's probably the fastest way to get back. And let's go in. We haven't gone aboard the Ebon Hawk yet, I don't think. Not to just chill out. It's actually not that small of a ship. It's certainly big enough for all our needs. Mission is camped out here. Here's the swoop bike area with Candaris and the almighty workbench. Here's the engine room with the hyperdrive. The med bay. The central room with a holo tank. There's another bedroom down that area. I think it's unoccupied. Storage here with supplies. You know, everything that we need. Tavik certainly provided us a good vessel. Bastila and Karth are at the bridge here. That's computer control and stuff like that. Yep, that's the galaxy map. Yeah, but we can't really leave right now, so... One thing I've noticed, some of your party members will give you free stuff. So let's go for that. Gracias. Man, computer spikes are so valuable. Aw. Talking to T3 is kind of like... They have to make the dialogue. What, so you mean you said this so that the audience will understand you? Oh, I get it. Hey, Zalbar. How about a grenade? Thanks. Yeah, a free grenade. Well, thanks anyway. I think Candaris can afford us with stimulants. Some extra drugs wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, what do you want?
And you can ask him for old war stories and stuff, and I might at some point, but for right now I'm good.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a speed-boosting stimulant to help you get quicker. There anything else you need? Hey, don't worry. I think you've got enough there as it is. You don't want to overload yourself on stims. Otherwise you might destroy your adrenal system. A real warrior knows his own limits and doesn't overestimate himself.
See,
Is there anything else you need? Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
It's interesting that he stays around with us even after we've escaped. I guess that means he really likes us. Alright, time to do some modification on my lightsaber. Let's see. Rubat is +1 attack, +1 damage. Bondar is 25% chance for stun. It's easy to resist, but on basic enemies, you know, sometimes it'll do the business. And so the question is, what should I do here? If I put... Oh, I get it. I think I'll put a Rubat and a Bondar in for now. I might replace it with another Rubat later. There we go. Bit of an upgrade. We should also look at the color. I want a blue one. Oh yeah. This will allow Bastila to have double yellows, and I'll give one of hers the other Rubat crystal. Otherwise, they're just bog standard. Lightsabers that you're not using should have red crystals in them. I mean, if you're not going to be a Sith, so that you can tell. Red's not too bad, I guess. It's just so deeply associated with evil that it'd be funny to go around using a red lightsaber, but I don't think people would appreciate it. Shiny fiber armor we've already upgraded. Yeah, we have. Ooh, Order's repeating blaster. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take the beam splitter out of Karth's. Give it to Canderous. There we go. Any more melee stuff? Alright. Upgrade complete! That looks much better. In fact, we pretty much tricked out us and Bastila the way I'd like it. That's good. What? I don't even fucking... like halfway across the friggin' universe. Whatever. Let's rock and roll. We'll take Bastila along, of course, and... Canderous was pretty cool. How about... I don't remember if there's mines ahead. I don't think so. Yeah, Canderous is fine. He's probably not going to get as much screen time as if I was playing an evil character. Hey, Bastila.
How can I help?
You already know what you think about Dantooine?
Then I
Check to
suggest
make
we
sure, 'cause
move
like
on.
I said, I think she won't pop up and try to talk to you. Aw. Let's go ahead and speak to Canderous.
Yeah, what do you want?
I don't know. I'm not interested in the stories. They are pretty cool stories, but...
From what we saw from space, this world doesn't have a lot of people. I couldn't really have found much work here anyway, so I never had an interest. It looks like a farm world. The Republic has thousands of these places. Ones that get by farming crops and hunting herds of native beasts. But I might have underestimated this place. It seems to be more than I thought. You have anything else you want to ask?
Oh, let's go ahead and ask.
You want to hear tales of my exploits? Of the wars I've seen and fought, the enemies I've seen die by my hand? Sure, I'll humor you. My name's Canderous, of the Mandalorian clan Ordo. I've been fighting across the galaxy for 40 of your years. For my people, it is the honor and glory of battle that rules us. It's through combat that we prove our worth, gain renown, and make our fortunes. The Sith came to us with an offer. To fight a worthy enemy in a battle that would be remembered forever. Win or lose, as long as the fight is worthy, then honor is gained. The glory at having triumphed over impossible odds is what drives us. If there's nothing at stake, your possessions, your life, your world, then the battle's meaningless. We Mandalore take everything we are and throw it into battle. It's the true test of yourself. The battle against death. Against oblivion.
And yet you attacked a lot of defenseless people, and I can't see much honor in that.
Times have changed now. The Mandalore clans have been scattered across the Outer Rim. The Republic is in decline, and the Sith Empire rises to take its place. The clans as they were aren't a threat, but the galaxy still fears us. People think we war out of spite or bloodlust. They don't understand, and fear that. We only wanted the challenge of the battle, and glory from it, win or lose. And we lost. But now I have no real challenges. Crushing Davik's enemies and the pathetic gangs in the lower city of Taris could not be considered the most glorious of tasks. When I think of the battles I've fought, the thousands I've killed, the worlds I've burned, I weep for my past. We will never again speak of this. We've got work to do, so let's get to it.
Thanks for talking about yourself a little bit. Him and Karth actually have a really interesting discussion on the differences between being a warrior and being a soldier. This person has a quest for us. Mandalorian raiders took your son, or his son. Sorry, I haven't seen her. Holy shit! We covered quite a fucking distance. I wonder if night speed allows us to teleport even further. Yeah, I was going to the courtyard to... Well, I think there's someone up here in these rooms. Let's clear out the rest of these quests, and then next time we can investigate the ruins and get... Probably get going to other worlds, I'm thinking. Ooh.
I took the loss of my droid much too hard. I feel I must apologize. But I must. I was much too attached to my droid. It was all that was left of my husband, you see. Maybe I thought that through the droid, my husband could live again, be with me still.
I think we understand. Love can do strange things to anyone.
But I went too far. I could not see what was missing in living a normal life. Fortunately, in my grief, I returned here and ran into Samt, an absolutely fascinating man.
That's nice.
Samt and I got to talking, and, well, we have a lot in common. I think we'll be seeing more of each other. It's funny how things work out in the end. Maybe there is such a thing as fate, after all. But I think we should be going now. We have so much more to talk about. I just wanted to thank you for what you've done for me, and what you tried to do. Goodbye, and thank you.
No problem. Just happy to help. Canderous, do you have to take the giant machine gun everywhere you go? And if you ask that to Canderous, his answer would be, yes, I do. Revel up.
What can I do?
Now Bastila's really kicking it with the force powers. And I'm cool with that. Night speed is always good business. Yeah, I think night speed is our best option. Congratulations. Now the one thing I'm better at, she has.
Huh?
And Canderous has the vaunted special ability of shooting stuff a bunch. Master Rapid Shot. Seems like it would benefit you.
I'm here.
Another teleport pole to go. I don't even... Maybe I should let up on the Wazda when that error happens. Alright, all we need to do is talk about the Mandalorian Raiders with John in the courtyard, and I think that'll be good for us. And since we took care of the raiders, some of the people who've come here to bitch are gone.
Have you found the Mandalorian raiders yet? Thank you, young master. My daughter can now, I think, rest in peace. Here is the reward I promised you. Again, I thank you. I will be sure to tell the council of your great deed.
1,000 credits, yeesh. Just glad to help, man. Let's double check. Yep, we're good. Alright, so next time on Let's Play Knights of the Old Republic, we'll investigate those ruins near the Enclave and see why everything. Later.